Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Green Gaming Fest edition April 2023. That was English. I'm good. Everything is fine. Don't worry. So I am joined here by Garlips, who's waving at the camera and looking so pretty. Well, why don't you just take over? Say hi, Garlips, and do your thing.
Thanks so much, Boo. Hi, I'm Garlips. I'm an alleged speedrunner, apparently. I have some times in some games, and that qualifies me to call myself a speedrunner, although I still think I'm secretly just masquerading in this scene. My name is Garlips, I said that already, but this game is called Gregory Horror Show. It's one of the many games that I run. It's a great PS2 game based around basically stealing souls from people, but there's also a day-night cycle, and it's also very, very Japanese. With lots of weird kind of slightly risque humor and, well, cartoon violence is what they sort of like marketed the game on, and it definitely feels like that. It feels like a Saturday morning cartoon that got a bit too bloody. It's based on an actual animation by Naomi Iwata, who most people know because of a show called Piccola, which apparently is really big in Canada or was screened on TV in Canada. I've never seen Piccola, but I have seen Gregory Horror Show, and it's very good. And the game is also very good because it's by Capcom at the height of their PS2 survival horror powers. We're talking sort of around just before Resident Evil 4, sort of Haunting Ground style time. So yeah, it's a great game, and I'm just going to get it all ready here to begin time, because we don't actually begin time when we press new game. We begin time once we've inputted our name. And the reason why we do that is because then we can skip that FMV at the start. I'm going to call myself because I feel like screaming. I didn't finish my D-Rust practice before we started, so but it's going to go fine. So time will begin when I select my male or female here, and I always play as female. So time begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin! So, I'm going to be skipping all the FMVs, which is a bit of a crime. I highly recommend playing this game if it even vaguely interests you in your spare time, and not skipping a single moment of it. So you can see we've got this kind of like cartoon blocky look, aesthetic, and we're playing as this kind of little blocky character who peeks through doors and spies on people. This is Neko Zombie. Neko Zombie's our neighbor, who never leaves their room because they're shackled there. Neko Zombie kind of serves as the game's tutorial, teaching you the various aspects of the game. And as Neko Zombie teaches us more stuff, I will explain it as it's added. So this is the main lobby. This is Gregory. This is Gregory's hotel. He's a mouse. Don't ask questions. He's a mouse. I mean...
Okay, I won't ask questions.
What else is there to say? He's about to begin his rounds at the hotel. Everyone in Gregory Horror Show has a 24-hour day-night cycle that dictates their movements around the hotel. So we're going to give him a little push, because if we try to go behind his desk while he's watching, he won't let us. Likewise, he also won't let us unlock Neko Zombie's door, so we actually have to now get back to Neko Zombie's door before Gregory gets there. But don't worry, we're going to do it, because I've done this a few times before.
Professional speedrunner.
Alleged speedrunner.
Alleged, oh, I'm sorry.
So here we go. We've unlocked the cell. We'll get a nice little FMV that you won't get to watch, unfortunately, because I'm skipping FMVs. But there are unskippable cutscenes in the game, so you will see a few characters through those unskippable cutscenes. Incidentally, if anyone works out a way to skip these unskippable cutscenes, I'll give you £100. I really will, because I'll have world record like today. It's that kind of... There's at least 5 minutes of cutscene that you can't skip in this game. So what we're doing now is Neko Zombie's introducing the idea of peeking through door holes. And when you peek through the keyhole of a door, you can spy on people. And the whole point of the game, we are a lost soul. We've escaped from reality and we're in this purgatorial realm. We wandered through the forest of ether alone and confused. And now we have found Gregory Hotel, a shining beacon in the darkness. Except everyone here has been collecting lost souls. And Death wants those souls back. In fact, Death appears to us in our dreams and says, hey, guess what? If you get all the souls back, I will let you go back to the real world. So, every time you collect a soul, ideally you want to go back to sleep, you want to hand it over to Death, and then therefore move on to the next guest, essentially. So, we're now going to go over to Death, and I'll introduce Death to you. Death is Swedish. I have my own personal theories about why death is Swedish. I think it has something to do with there's this very famous Swedish film called The Seventh Seal. If you've ever seen Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, you'll be aware that they play chess on the beach with death in black and white. That's a reference to The Seventh Seal. It's one of the most famous depictions of death in cinema, so I think that's personally why he's got a Swedish hat, but I'm not sure.
I thought it would be like blue sweet shoes or something, but maybe not. I
don't know. I don't know. It's all up for debate. Although Naomi Iwata is on Twitter, and I do follow them, but the problem is they only exclusively post in Japanese, and I don't speak Japanese. So maybe one day I'll hire a translator just like to talk to them for like 15 minutes and just ask them a bunch of questions that we all have. Incidentally, you saw that Jack Ketch is the name on the t-shirt there. Apparently that's a reference to a famous executioner from the 1600s in England. So there you go, I didn't even know that until I started playing this game. This is Catherine. She's a nurse, but predominantly phlebotomy is her hobby. She really puts a lot of pride in her work, which is withdrawing blood from people. And
joy.
Yeah, she wants to withdraw our blood with that massive syringe that you can see there. Basically, there are two types of guests in this hotel. There are ones that kind of ambivalent and don't mind giving up their soul, and there are other ones who will hold on to their soul no matter what.
This is so awesome.
Oh, by the way, this is James. This is so awesome. He dropped a banana skin on the floor. What could happen?
James, you nasty child.
Gee, I do wonder. What could possibly happen?
Yes.
Someone stepped on it.
What if someone stepped on it and had an accident? That would be terrible. See, Gregory's just running after his grandson. James is his grandson, you see. Where is Gregory's actually son? I have no idea. Son or daughter that gave birth to James, I have no idea. But it's not... It's not really important. But the detectives amongst you might have noticed a clue there. Apparently, people can slip on banana skins. Now, I've seen this in real life and on the videos on the TikTok, so I know that this can happen. But I've never actually done it in person myself, so maybe I should try that sometime when I want to break some bones. But we're gonna jump into the kitchen here, and we're gonna pick up a banana skin that Gregory put in the trash. Now, what you would ideally do is you would spy on Catherine. You would follow people around the hotel, avoiding them, spying on them, and you would find out information like Catherine has only got eyes on the side of her head because she's a lizard, which means that her peripheral vision, or rather her frontal vision, I should say, is very non-existent. She can't see in front of her, basically. And through a process of elimination, you realize, you come to the conclusion that, oh, if we put a banana in front of Catherine, she's just going to walk right into it. And so that's how you decide the method to steal Catherine's soul. And each one of the guests has got one of these methods that is the only way that you can really get their soul. And the idea is to experiment, to spy on people, to gain information so that you can work out what the path to victory is. And through oh, that's a good spawn, by the way. That soul can appear in front of her or behind her, and in front of her is slightly quicker. So the RNG is already smiling on us today. But I'm going to need a lot more RNG later because, without putting too fine a point on it, halfway through this run, we play Mario Party. So, against the computer. So, I need all of the RNG then, basically.
That sounds like a normal thing you'd do, like, casually just play a Mario Party game, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in a speed run, it's a bit dangerous. But don't worry,
yeah, it's perfectly normal. Do not worry at all.
Oh, Catherine's noticed her soul is gone, by the way, and she's also worked out that we were the one who took it. So now we have a very large syringe and a pink lizard attached to it, chasing us around the hotel. Every time you steal a guest's soul, sorry, from that point on, they can chase you around the hotel, and if they see you, if you come into contact with you, they will chase you, and they will submit you to a horror show. A horror show takes away a large amount of your health, and if you are carrying a soul, and it doesn't matter whose soul it was that you took, it could be 5 guests from now. If Catherine catches you with that soul, she'll take her soul back, and you have to repeat the actions that you got her soul with again, basically. Right. He's going to introduce Judgment Boy here, but we're going to skip the FMV. Don't worry, you'll meet Judgment Boy in a moment. You'll meet most of the guests, but some of them will just walk into a room and you'll be like, who is that? Right, so here we go. We're going to go to sleep. Also, we now have the choice of whether we hand over souls to death or not. There is a benefit to holding on to souls. It means that your health bar reduces slower, and I think there are also added benefits as well, because there are lots of status ailments in this game, like headaches, darkness, etc. And what we want to do is hold on to this soul, but not for any of those actual reasons that you would in casual play. It's just because it's quicker to say no than to watch the animation for yes twice. So every 3 guests, roughly, we will be handing over the souls so that we can start the next night of the Gregory horror show. Death is Swedish, Monk Nikora. Yes, death is Swedish, and like I was saying before, I think it's because of the Seventh Seal, that famous Swedish movie. Exactly. Yes, you've got it. Also, hello Devon Lass and Pumpkin Blades, they are my regulars. Thank you for the support. Everyone should consider donating, by the way, if you can. It's a great cause. It's one tree planted, and we need to do something about our environment because it's in a bad state. We need to improve it. So if you can put money towards that, please consider doing so. This is Judgment Boy. Judgment! What? Also, by the way, you might have wondered why we're called A. That's because your name loads faster if it's 1 character long. It could be any character, but the more characters in your name, the longer it takes to load. So that's why it's 1 character.
I'll give you one of my special judgments.
Judgment Boy will give you a judgment, right? He'll give you a hypothetical situation that you have to... Oh, thank you for the good luck, 5 Doto. I really hope I get it in the Mario Party game that I was talking about. You'll see later on. So what we're doing in here is we've gone into Catherine's room and we found a pornographic book. Naughty, naughty. But this is not Catherine's pornographic book. No, this pornographic book belongs to Gregory. Yes, naughty boy. What we're going to do is we're going to confront him with that book. So I'm just going to grab some items in here. Right, he's going to see the book and be shocked, and he's going to confiscate it from us. No matter what we say, he will take it, and he will act all high and mighty as he toddles off by himself to the storeroom to have some alone time. Because Gregory's a dirty little mouse. So we're going to grab this, and we're also going to grab this book as well. And then we're going to follow him out. The reason why we did that is because when he's judging us for carrying a pornographic book with us, he also says that maybe we should consider self-help. Maybe we should do something about our lives to improve ourselves, which is rich coming from a mouse that is going off to have some alone time with the book. But it also means that the self-help book spawns in the library. Now, the self-help book, as I was saying, Judgment Boy will offer you a judgment. It's a hypothetical situation, and you can choose between 2 options, and those 2 options will always represent either heart or money, right? So, like, love or cash. And no matter what you pick, he will always say that you made the wrong decision. Except when you present him with the self-help book. Now, here's the judgment. I'm going to be skipping the text as fast as I can, but basically, it describes our situation and whether we will crumble or rise to the occasion and get out of here. So we always have to answer, just try and stop me. But that choice can flip between either side, so you always have to be careful with the text in here. You can't just skip past it because you might pick the wrong option. So, as you see, the $ destroyed and the heart was fine. We're going to get out of this hotel today. Now, there are a couple of choke points in this run where things can go very wrong. If you imagine a 24-hour day-night cycle constantly running in the background, if you make one mistake, it can kind of catastrophically reiterate down the timeline to the point where later on you might get somewhere and someone is there when they're not supposed to be, or vice versa. So I do have safety saves. I've got 3 of them for the real big choke points of the run, but that's purely because we're at Marathon and I want to be able to finish the run for you today. But obviously the second you load a save, it's rip run at that point. So today, I'm not hoping for a PB. I'm certainly not hoping for a world record. But I am hoping that we can at the very least complete a legitimate run with no loading. So that's going to be the goal for today. Right, I'm just dropping off a book, and now I'm sleeping. And we will hand these souls over to death. So I can just hammer X as quickly as possible. Throw away all them worries. Oh, by the way, you might have noticed with some of the dialogue in this game, there's like a clipping that happens on some of the voice lines. Like at the end of the voice line, it repeats another syllable or something. That's an emulation glitch. There's currently no way to fix that, so it's just another reason why you Oh, welcome in, Mike O'Shea. Yes, Picola. Exactly. I was talking. Apparently, Picola is like super rad in Canada or Northern America. It's basically like everyone knows Picola, which is interesting because I only know Gregory Horror Show, but obviously made by the same production company and Naomi Iwata specifically. Here's one of my 2 favorite lines in the game. Here it comes.
Moving right along.
Moving right along. He's talking to himself in the dark at this point. I kind of love Gregory, I'm not going to lie. He's a bit weird, he's a bit twisted, but I don't know, I'm digging the vibe all the same. We're going to skip some more FMVs here, introducing the next guests. So you won't have any idea who they are, but don't worry, I'm here to explain it to you. So, first things first, we're going to leave our room and we're going to go to the Gregory Horror Shop. Now, basically, there's no money in this game, but you can trade items for other items, and certain items have like a value. So a star rating up to 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to trade for the doll. And we're going to give him bandage, spring water, green herb, and the shrooms. And then we're going to leave. So this doll, the next guest that we're going to be stealing the soul from is called Lost Doll. And she's lost her doll. And she's got a bit of a Voldemort from Harry Potter 1 kind of situation where the lost doll she's looking for is actually her alter ego, and her face is on the back of her head. It doesn't look good, it doesn't look healthy. But what we're going to do here is we're going to drop her doll in front of her. Oh, I got the cutscene skip. This is rare. Hang on, can I get through the door though? Yes! Okay, so there's a cutscene that plays there, but I've just skipped it. And I'm still not entirely sure how that works, but I have seen it before in the past. I've never actually done it myself. I think it's because she was coming through the door, which might have played a part in it. So we're also going to pick up some items while we're here, in this room, because we're also getting ready to do another trade at the shop in a minute. And providing we finish Underestimate, which we should do, there will be some time at the end. I can show you maybe 1 or 2 horror shows, just like whoever's knocking about in the hotel after I finish. We can watch a couple just so you can see what they're like, because really, I mean, the game is named after them, and I really think they are some of the funnest moments in the game. But if the run goes well, you will never see one. And that's a bit of a crime in my eyes, so... Okay, what we're doing right now is we're knocking on the nurse's office. Now, currently in the nurse's office is Catherine and a man called Cactus Gunman, who is, like, almost racially insensitive Mexican stereotype. Here's Judgment Boy, by the way. He comes to the end of this corridor, turns around and goes back. Don't ask me why he does that. He's always here, though. At this time, he's always here. So what we need to do is we need to knock on this door 3 times. Knocking on the door 3 times causes Cactus Gunman to come out and get scared, like, more each time, because he's very paranoid as a character. You learn this by spying on him. He's incredibly paranoid. So, we'll just keep knocking on this door.
What could this be?
Catherine's not bothered, by the way. She comes out and checks, but she's not fussed. Right, we're gonna get a little cutscene here.
Somebody's out to get me.
Somebody's out to get me.
Who are you?
He is the bravest gunman you'll ever find. So brave, he runs away.
Bravest.
Off he goes.
Just hit air quotes ever.
Yeah. The second she starts opening the door, by the way, the second someone starts going through a transition of moving into or out of a room, they don't see you anymore. They can't react to you. So the second she starts opening the door, we know that we're safe, and even if it looks like Catherine's seen you, she hasn't seen you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to Gregory's shop, The reason why we didn't trade for this item the first time we were here is because we didn't have enough items to trade for it, but now we do. What we're going to do is we're going to trade for 3 fruits of time. So let me do some really dodgy menuing here and make sure I do the right thing. So fruit of time. This time we'll do green herb, green herb. And then once more, we need 3 of them. There we go. So, the fruit of time, some of you might have guessed already, eating the fruit of time makes time pass on a certain amount. Now, the originator of this run, what is his name? Speedword. Speedword is the originator of this run, I believe. And certainly it was his guide that I learned from. He has meticulously planned this routing down to the very minute at times. So what we do here is we use 3 fruits of time. And so thank you, Speedword, for your sick tactics, because they really work. We're going to put 3 fruits of time in our mouth. Now, if you look in the top left, you'll actually see that my health bar detracts, and that's because your health bar naturally goes down over time. That's why you have to sleep. You might notice my health bar's completely gone. I'm dead right now. But using a green herb before I leave the menu keeps me alive. Don't you love menus? You can keep hanging on in the menu until you leave. If I open that menu without doing that green herb, it would be instant game over. So you're always on a tightrope in this game. So this is Mummy Papa and Mummy Dog. They're hypochondriacs. They always have headaches, and they wonder why. And it's probably got something to do with the giant blades in their heads, but no one draws mention of that. It's the elephant in the room. You'll notice with all of these characters, they have weird neuroses and strange behaviors that are actually quite deep and adult. And that's one of the things I like about Gregory Horror Show, is that even though it's dressed up in this kind of nostalgic, warm, happy, cartoony kind of medium, it's also dealing with ideas like existentialism, what it means to die, what happens to your soul, all of this like rad stuff. So yeah, it's a trip. We're gonna sleep. It's time to hand over all 3 souls to, because we've got 3 souls at once right now. So we're gonna hand those over because that will start the next night. I think there are something like 6 or 7 nights total, but some of those are just like FMV cutscenes. They're not like full nights. I would say there's probably somewhere around 5 full actual nights, maybe 4. He's going to take all 3. He's going to stamp our card for us. And he's going to say, "Good luck there, buddy."
Good luck there, buddy.
That's one of my favourite lines from this game. Because the characters are so well thought out and very well acted as well. There are lots of memorable lines from this game. And I have quite a lot of them as sound cues on my stream. Another unskippable cutscene. Gregory is going to unlock the basement for us. Even he doesn't understand why he's doing it, but he's going to do it anyway. This is why I like Gregory. He's just proactive without any understanding as to why he's doing these things.
Really didn't want to unlock this door,
But oh well, I'll unlock it then, I guess. So, the next 3 guests that we're going to be dealing with are Roulette Boy, TV Fish, and Hell's Chef. And no, I'm not talking Gordon Ramsay, although he is quite an angry individual like Gordon Ramsay can be. Don't worry, we'll meet them all as we go along here, but first things first, we need to go to the Gregory shop. Now, we need to trade for batteries. I'm missing an item. This is interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to work on the fly here, but don't worry. Now, see, I did this perfectly in practice. But can I do it perfectly now? Nope. It's okay, though. So, what I'm going to do, knocking on walls and stuff, there are certain secret places where you can grab trash and stuff. I'm going to have to grab this item. I'm going to have to go back to the shop. Don't worry, it's only going to add about 10-15 seconds, but will almost certainly do me out of a PB. Not that I was going to get a PB today. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Right, so we also want a Fruit of Time, you see. And I should have had an item for that, but I didn't. So we're going to trade the Scissor Salad for the Fruit of Time. There we go. Perfect. Now we're all set up. So we're going to grab some more trash from just over here. This is why on this run, I mean, you can just memorize what the world record does, but it pays to have some kind of greater knowledge of the hotel, roughly where things are, because if something goes wrong at a marathon like this, you really don't want to have to rip the entire run if you could just like duck into somewhere and grab something, you know, one of the things that you were missing. So what we're doing here is we are filling Hell's Chef's stew with trash, okay? It doesn't matter what it is, empty cans, orange juice, water, we're just gonna throw it all in. You need a certain amount of items before the stew becomes, well, revolting. And we're putting in half now, and then we're gonna come back later with some more items and do the rest later. This is just prep work. So, now we're gonna go. That's Hell's Chef, by the way. He's a lit candle. So there you go.
Wow, lit.
Yeah. So we're in the basement now. I'm gonna grab the map. Now, technically you don't need to grab the maps for this run if you know where you're going, if you know the hotel like the back of your hand, like I do. But there is an added benefit of the maps that it shows where everyone's position is, kind of like that map off of Harry Potter. You know, the one with where everyone is. So. What we're going to do is we've grabbed the basement floor map, and the reason I've done that is because the next person that we're getting the soul from is Roulette Boy, who is probably ahead of me now. Sometimes he shows up here, sometimes he doesn't. I don't see him, which I don't know whether I should be happy about that or not. I can hear the music. Yep, there he is. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Before we take his soul, he's not going to bother us. He's going to run away. To play roulette with Roulette Boy, we have to go to the 3rd floor of the basement and find a dice. Once we've got that, he will play with us. So we're going to just drop a speed up right now. And then we're going to use the battery in this remote control that we found. Don't worry, we'll come back to that later, but we do it while the menu's open because that way we have to open the menu less. Right, so we're going to run around this 2nd floor basement, get to the 3rd floor, and then grab the dice, open up a shortcut, and come back up to the top of the basement. Don't ask me why, but there are shortcuts, one on each floor of the basement that you can open, and when you open that basement shortcut, you can jump from there straight down to the next floor of the basement. But if you open up the shortcuts on the bottom floor of the basement, you open up a shortcut that takes you back up to ground. I don't know how the physics of that work. Maybe there's just a giant trampoline. I don't know. But we fall, and then we arrive above. I guess you could get away by saying this is kind of like a metaphysical realm, where, you know, like, not everything is exactly real. It's kind of, what's the word? Purgatorial in nature. So, we've opened the shortcut on this floor. We're going to go grab the dice, or the die, I should say, because it's singular. There it is. We're going to equip that ready, because the second we see Roulette Boy, and he sees that we've got the dice, he's going to run straight for us. So, here we go. This is the shortcut back to ground. And now, if you remember, he was on the basement floor 1, so we're going to go straight back to basement floor 1, and we should bump into him through the course of our, you know, moving through the corridor. If I can't find him, that's why I've picked up the map, so that I can, at a glance, just see exactly where he is and run to him. Because I've had... Oh, I think he just went through the door. Did he just go through the door? Yeah, I think he's just... Yeah. He just went through this door. This is why I have the map. Right, he's going to get very excited, and he's going to take us to Roulette. Hell's Roulette. Now, this is the bit that's Mario Party. This is where I need all your good luck in the chat. Please throw it at me. You know, pray to whatever deities that you subscribe to. Please just send me the good luck, because I need it. Right, so we're on... First of all, there are 3 boards you can play on, and it's random. I've got a number that's way too small there. Gregory will probably beat me, but that's fine. I think we're on board 2. But we might be on board 1. No, we're on board 1. Okay, board 1 is probably the least trolliest board. And board 3 is probably the most trolling. So, I'm going first. I'm going to use my green herb. Now, I want to roll a 7 or an 8. It's not precise. You kind of got to tap it. You've got to have reference points for the tapping. So you know roughly where you're going to land. Oh, that's a 6, but that's okay. That's fine. So there are all kinds of different squares here. I haven't got time really to explain it all to you. But counters above your head are a bad idea. That's a bad thing. After a while, after a few turns, they grow bigger and then they fall. Thank you for all the luck, Pumpkin Blades. I need it. So Gregory's going to take his turn. Now, he's got the counter above his head, so if he rolls higher than a 6, which he has because he cheats, Greg's is a cheater, he's going to hand that weight over to me. Every time you pass someone, it crosses over, right? So I kind of need to give that back to him as soon as possible. Trap bomb activated. Oh, that's good. That's good for us. That lowers his health bar. So there are 2 ways to win at Hell's Roulette. Wait, I'm on space... Where am I? I'm on space 6. I want to roll a 7. So I'm referring to an Excel spreadsheet, lovingly prepared by Speedword, that has all 3 boards on it and shows you roughly where you should be aiming for. But like I said, the roulette is not precise, and it's kind of hard to land exactly where you want to. I handed him over the weight again, by the way, as we went past. I've got a W up, which is really good for us. So even though I just took some damage there, that's really good for us. I just need Gregory to not pass us, which is almost certainly going to happen. He has to roll a 3. Wait, what does reverse card do again? You're going backwards on your next turn. What a massive insert swear word here. He's such a cheater.
Forward 2 squares.
Right, so he's going to move forward 2 squares, which is actually good for us, because it means he's not going to pass me the weight. I think the weight's about to fall on him next turn. But if I go... oh, goodness. Right, so... I'm going to be moving backwards. There's nothing I can do about that. I've just got to aim for a small number. It's okay. But I'm probably going to get the weight back. Which sucks. I've never been hit by a reverse card before. I've been running this game for ages. Oh, excellent. Because I didn't pass him, it didn't cross over to me. That's good luck. Wow. Okay, so I've got a W up card. Oops. No. I meant to use my W up card. Cool. I didn't know it'd let me cancel out of that. Right, W up doubles the numbers on the roulette. So now I can roll a possible 16 moves, which I'm going to go for. So let's try and get the 16. I'll settle for 14. Like I was saying before, the only way to win Hell's Roulette, there are 2 ways. The first way is to get Gregory's health to 0. The second way is to get to the end of the board. Now, I find I have the most luck going for the end of the board, but I have won before by eliminating Gregory's health. And he's usually helped me with that, if that does happen. So I'm going to get rid of the break cards, because W-ups are very good, as you can see. They get you across the board very quickly. Ideally, you want to get W up, like, immediately out of the gate. Oh, wow. Yeah, get rid of the steel card, I guess. And luckily, we've landed just before the return space. If I'd landed on that return space, I'd be going back to the start of the board right now. And the reason why I said board 3 is incredibly trolly is because board 3, at the end, has got, like, each space is a return. It's like return, something else, return, something else, return. It's not the one you want to get. So I'm very glad I didn't. Right, so what's Greg's doing here? Just apart from wasting my time. He's got a W down card. Oh dear, and he landed on a bomb. Oh no. How sad. Right, I've got another W up card, and I've got 11 spaces to go. So in theory, if I use my W up and I roll higher than a 6, I should win, which is good. Right, so here we go. Which I think is a 6 or a 7. Yep, that's good. That means we've won. That felt fast, but it was probably not that much faster than usual. But this section right here is where world records, like good world record attempts, come to die. Good job. There we go. Right, so we've got Roulette Boy's soul. Is the upshot.
World record pace, right? Right.
Well, I'm not counting my splits, so I don't know. But yeah, sure. Currently we still are. Currently we still are.
Oh yeah, of course we are.
I think the world record is somewhere around 50-something minutes. I can't remember exactly what it is. And my PB is an hour flat with a couple of seconds extra, so...
oh yeah, so it's definitely on pace. Yeah.
Okay, good. Right, so I need to eat a fruit of time right here. It's just so that we avoid people upstairs that we don't want to run into. I'm also going to use the red herb to refill my health, because we lost some health during the gameplay there. Right.
Avoiding people, #relatable.
Yes. We want to avoid everybody. Apart from, there are a couple of guests that don't hurt us. They're ambivalent. As you saw already, Judgment Boy walked right past me after I stole his soul, and he wasn't bothered at all, so... you know, we like people like that. We want people to be like that. But only him, TV Fish, and who else? Judgment Boy Gold technically also won't take his. Oh, I told you about Judgment Boy Gold. He's a spoiler for later. Anyway, we're going to come into the bar now. TV Fish, you can search all around for TV Fish, but the best way to find TV Fish is to knock on the jukebox, and then TV Fish will just randomly appear, and then we want to shoot it with the remote, because that's the only way to get its soul. So, right, then I'm going to remove the remote because I don't want to... The problem with items, if they're usable items, droppable or shootable, when you press X, you'll do it by accident, even when you're maybe trying to go through a door or something. So it always pays to have a key item kind of like selected that isn't going to have an effect when you press X. Because sometimes when you're coming up on these doors, you're like hammering X so you get through them quickly. Right. So that is Roulette Boy and TV Fish. We've only got one more soul left on this night, and that is Hell's Chef. Now, if you remember, I dropped a bunch of stuff in his stew, and he's not going to be happy with me. We're now here to finish the job. So, let's... and I need to be careful about what I drop in here, because I need some of these items later. So we won't do it too quickly. I think energy drink is fine. And I think there's one more, which I think will be yellow herb. That should be it. Excellent. Right, I come and knock on this door because sometimes Hell Chef is in that room, and we want Hell Chef to come into this room. So knocking, I feel like, sometimes brings him in quicker. But really, it might just be placebo. We have to... That was quick, right? Sometimes I have to wait a minute here for that to happen. So, I don't know, something's happening today. We're having a good run right now.
Placebo confirmed.
He's very upset because his stew now tastes of energy drink and banana skin and all of that trash we put in.
That's nasty.
Yeah, well, we got inventive with it, you know? And yeah, we were inventing something new, and he's not very happy with that. So he starts.
We're chefs now.
Yeah, we are chefs now. We're patrolling. He's patrolling the ground floor now in a anti-clockwise manner, and he's very angry. So we need him to chase us. So he should be coming up this corridor any second now. In fact, come on, Chef. You're wasting my time here. There he is. Right. The second I make a little noise, I know to run to this door and enter. This is the storeroom. Now, the storeroom is very windy because there's a draft. And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind. There he goes. He is now unconscious. We can steal his soul.
That was perfect. Loved it.
Thank you. But here's Gregory to lambast us for teasing Chef. But don't worry, we're still going to get the soul. It's fine.
Many times do I have to tell him not to come in?
Yeah, don't come in the storeroom because it's drafty.
I presume this is your doing, yes?
Yes. I'm getting told off again.
Fire on his head goes out. When that happens, it's up to me to light the fire again. Fire. Oh, what a pain in the...
Yeah, don't swear, Gregs.
Would you be so kind as to refrain from teasing Chef?
I promise nothing. Come on, Chef, we're going.
Along, Chef. We're going.
This gives me real don't talk to me or my father. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. Energy. He hates... It does, doesn't it? He hates storerooms. So what we're going to do, while we're here, we're going to grab the dirty book, because this is Gregory's dirty book, and we're going to need it again later. So while we're in here, we may as well grab it. And we're also going to grab the soul. And now we are going to go back and hand over these 3 souls to Death, because we've got all 3 souls again. Very efficient. I can hear a door, which is making me nervous, but it looks like we're okay. Yeah, that was Mummy, Papa, and Mummy Dog's room. If they were coming out of that room and they saw me, we'd be in trouble. But not unsolvable trouble, because I think they would chase me down this corridor. And so long as you're making sure you don't like get stuck on geometry or furniture or anything, so long as someone's chasing you, you should always outrun them. They won't catch up with you. But you do need to be careful, obviously. Like I said, if someone grabs me and gives me a horror show, it throws the entire scheduling of the 24-hour cycle out, and it's basically rip run at that point. So we just don't want it to happen. Especially not on such a well PB pace run, you know.
World record pace, no less.
Yes. I do want to return to this game and grind it for a better time, but like I showed you before, it's kind of you can do everything correctly, and still Hell's Roulette will just kind of like decide whether that section is going to be 3 minutes long or 10 minutes long. And as you can imagine, that kind of like largely dictates how the how your run will turn out. So you've just got to be really good every attempt, and then hopefully the cards will fall in your favor. Here's another unskippable cutscene while Gregory is talking about his mama. That is Death, 5 Doto, and yes, Death is Swedish. I personally believe it's because of the 7th seal, the famous... what was it you said, Yeah, Ingvar Bergman, I believe, was the director of that film. I think that's why Death is Swedish, but we'd have to ask Naomi Owata, and I don't speak Japanese. But if any of you do, let me know. Maybe we can very, very softly approach them and ask them. And also, like, why is Piccola such a like, Gregory Horror Show is... I've not seen Piccola. I'm sure Piccola is good, but Gregory Horror Show is top tier. That's the one that everyone should know. I'm doing my small part to bring it to the masses as well as I can.
The masses, flawless.
Yeah. So, what are we doing now? Oh, right, yeah, I'm going the wrong way. That's okay, though. It'll be fine. So, we actually need to go this way. I don't know why I went that way. Autopilot, I guess. Right, we're going back to the storeroom. The reason why is because we've had another guest introduced. They are called Clockmaster, and his special ability is that he can pause time, which is, you know, a cool power, I guess, but he's quite old, and he's not very good at doing it. Right, oh, I talked to him, which is not what I want to happen. So, Clockmaster's son is called My Son, which is very confusing, because he's not my son. My son is Clockmaster's son. I'm not sure if this is a translation error, or if, like, they just decided to troll us. But the important thing is, I've stolen his screwdriver. If you talk to him 3 times by accident, that's a game over. Well, it's not a game over, it's a horror show, which means, you know, rip run. So I'm glad we got the screwdriver second time. What we're going to do now is, because Clockmaster is the father of the year, he's in the bar getting plastered right now while his son is messing around with a clock in the storeroom and lots of tools and stuff. We've stolen his son's screwdriver, and now we're going to show him it, because we like teasing and tormenting people in this game. We're goading him into a response here. Yeah, he's seen it. I stole it. I stole it from a child. So he's going to chase us around the hotel now. And we need him to use his ability 3 times. He won't use his ability until we get far enough away from him, and then he will teleport to catch us up. He's not really teleporting, he's pausing time, catching up with us, and then unpausing time. So what we need to do is get him to do that 3 times. So we come to the top of the stairs here. We should see him either to my left or my right. He's on my right. So we're going to go down the stairs. He's going to follow us. So we come over here. And we wait for him to teleport again. Here it comes. Where is it going to go? Left or right? Okay, that's good. So we're going to loop back around. And we're going to go up the stairs again. Now, if there's anything that we know about stairs in real life, if you go up the stairs and someone's coming down the stairs and you go past each other, you don't see each other. That's how stairs work. So...
It's the law.
It's the law. That's how stairs work. So we just go past him on the stairs. And here's the 3rd time he's going to use his power, but it's not going to work out for him this time. He's going to conk over and he's going to be incapacitated. So now... We've stolen from the son. Why don't we steal from the father too? We're going to steal his stopwatch. Now, his stopwatch is basically, it operates much like the Fruit of Time, but you can use it indefinitely. It doesn't get used up. So, we're going to nick that for later. That's going to come in handy for the next guest. But right now, we're going to go back to my son, who is not my son, and we're going to present him with the screwdriver. He's going to call for his daddy because he's, you know, he's a kid. He wants his daddy to come save him. But Daddy ain't come and save you, kid. He's on the floor in the lobby. So we get a really long, unskippable cutscene. It's at least a minute long, I think. So I'm just gonna, while you listen to it, I'm gonna take a quick drink. Oh, sounds like your dad ain't coming, kid. Oh dear. So basically what we're doing right now is we're extorting a soul from a child, which is perfectly fine behavior.
My son, I can't go on.
The thing that helps me sleep at night is that all of these characters have actually stolen these souls. These souls don't belong to them. So we're just stealing them back for death. So actually, it's not even their soul. So I feel fine. I feel fine. I'll sleep well at night, and I'll see death in my dreams, as usual.
Really important.
Yeah.
I won't be able to fix the clocks, and then I'll be in big trouble.
Okay, I guess I'll trade you the screwdriver for the soul, maybe.
The soul in return. Just don't tell my daddy.
Good idea.
Daddy.
Come on then, kid. And then he's like, now you give me the screwdriver like you promised. It's like, you think I'm gonna take both, kid? Come on, I just want the soul. Ta-da! There it is. So, after this guest, we go back and sleep and give the soul to death. And there's a reason for that. Well, there's a couple reasons for that, actually. We can't get the next guest's soul until we've done... Well, no, actually, I think we can get the guest... Because this is the next guest's soul, Angel Dog. Angel Dog / Devil Dog. She can be good or evil, and if you see her horror show, she will be evil to you. But otherwise, she's totally sweetness and light. But what we need to do right now is we need to kill some time, because the plan to steal her soul is incredibly intricate. So we're going to hand this soul over to death, and that will progress time a little bit. Then we're going to read a book, which will extend our health bar and pass time a little bit. We're also going to use the stopwatch 4 times to progress time a little bit, and then we're going to go back to sleep. And by the time we wake up, it should be nearly 6 p.m. At 6 p.m., Angel Dog goes to the TV lounge to watch her soccer game. She loves soccer. She watches soccer. Football. It's football. I'm sorry, America. It is. But anyway, we won't get into that.
That's a debate for another day.
Yeah,
Or maybe
exactly.
Just never.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a thorny issue that I won't touch. So, we've read the book. Now we're going to use the stopwatch 4 times, and Garlips has to count because he will mess it up. So that's number 1. And that's number 2. That's number 3. And that's number 4. Perfection. Right, we're going to X out the menu and we're going to sleep. Now, she tries to watch football at 6 o'clock every day, but Gregory always decides to clean the TV lounge at 6 o'clock every day because Gregory is a bit annoying like that. And they have an argument, which means Angel Dog can't enjoy her football game. So what we're doing is we're waiting for Catherine to go past. She should be coming up on our left any second now. Or maybe that was her going through her bedroom door. I think that was it. I think that was her going through her bedroom. I'm going to risk it. Right, so what we're going to do now is just before 6 o'clock, we're going to go to the Gregory shop and we're going to trade for a speed up. We should have the stuff for a speed up with us, hopefully. If not, I've messed up somewhere. So we want a speed up. And we're going to trade for this. Yes, perfect. Right, now we are going to wait for precisely 6:03 turning into 6:04. Now, don't ask me to explain. Well, I'm going to explain. Basically, at 6:04, Hell Chef is going up the stairs. Catherine is about to come through the door. 6:01, 6:02, 6:03, and go. Hell Chef is going up the stairs. Catherine's coming through the door, but she doesn't see us. We're going over to this door where Gregory should be just going through. It's a real tight window. And we're going to present Gregory with his dirty book. He's going to confiscate it, and he's going to head off to the storeroom for some alone time with his dirty book. In doing so, Angel Dog will be able to watch her football show. We're going to come in here now, and she's going to be very annoyed. She's going to run out. Honestly, how annoying is what she usually says, but she screamed there for some reason. We're going to hide behind the couch. She will come back in hopefully, well, not a lot of time at all, but usually I find it's somewhere around 6:30 she comes back. And because Gregory won't be here to fight with her, she will watch her football game, and while she's watching her football game, we will take the soul. So, fingers crossed, everything's going well so far. This is one of the big, like, quite often you can mess up coming out of the Gregory shop and get caught by Hell Chef, Catherine all at once. It becomes a massive mess. So here she comes. Here she comes. She can't see us because we're hidden. And she's going to watch her football game now. Now remember, kids, when you're watching football on the TV, you should levitate ideally 6 feet away from the TV, okay? If you levitate close to the TV like that, you'll ruin your eyes, so be careful.
Yeah, that's bad. Take care of your eyes, people. Please.
Yes. While levitating.
While levitating, that's the most important part. You have to levitate, otherwise it just doesn't count, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, sometimes Mummy Papa is in this corridor and he chases me, but right now he's nowhere to be seen, which is good news. I think we're going to make it. I think this is going to be a complete run, which is, doesn't usually happen, especially marathons, so I'm happy. Right. There shouldn't be anyone in this corridor. Excellent. Yeah, we've played a blinder here. So, we're going to hand over this soul now. Now it's time to get the last soul. The last soul is being held by Golden Judgment Boy. Apparently there is a whole society of Judgment Boys, lots of them. Not just the one that we've met, but many, many others. And they seem to be reigned over by some kind of king Judgment Boy who's made of gold. Again, don't ask me to explain. It's Japanese. But we're going to... the second we get out of here, we're going to run straight to the basement level 3, which is where Golden Judgment Boy is. He will then do a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style quiz, where he asks us things about the guests of the hotel, and we have to answer correctly 5 questions. When we get those 5 right, he'll give us a soul, and that's the last soul that we need. So, I think... Do I have eye drops on me? I don't think I have eye drops on me. Nope. Okay.
Actual eyes are for in-game. Oh, okay, in-game.
Yeah, in-game.
Making sure.
Yeah, you might have noticed the corridors are a little bit darker, and that's because I've got a status ailment in the top left, where my health bar is. You might be able to see that my eyes are kind of like a little purple. That means I've got darkness, which is a status ailment. It basically means that it's slightly darker. Now, I don't need to be able to see. I do need to be able to see, let me clarify. But I don't need to be able to see without darkness. I can see in darkness quite well because I know the game. But it might be a bit dark for you, and if it is, I apologize. Right, that's TV Fish. Don't worry about TV Fish. Like I said, he's one of the few guests that won't trouble you after you take his soul. He'll just run away. This is where he usually hangs out in the basement, actually, but now you see he could be anywhere in these huge labyrinthine basements. So what we need to do... okay, yeah, I forgot that item's not there anymore. I don't need it, it's fine. We're going to grab this speed up. Now, in a minute, our speed will slow down to normal again. And when that happens, I will take the next speed up. So we're chaining them now, basically. I think it should come out... Yep, there it is. You can notice the speed slows down a bit. I don't need to use these eye drops yet, though, because these eye drops are for a separate moment in a moment that we need them, so I'm holding on to them.
You're Sonic the Hedgehog. Gotta go fast.
You gotta go fast, exactly. It's the law of speedrunning.
It is the law.
So where's Golden Judgment, boy? There you are. Judgment! Right. It's time for the final quiz. I hope you've all been reading up on the guest's behavior, because I'm going to be asking you the answers.
I know nothing. I'm Jon Snow.
Catherine's on a date with someone at the bar. Now, you may have noticed, in her room, she has posters of Hell's Chef. Catherine has a crush on Hell's Chef. That's something, as you play the game, you will know.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. It's the love triangles are real in this game. Like, there's so much you don't see on the speedrun that I urge you to play the game in your own time if you can, especially if this interests you. So, we use the batteries in the remote to get TV Fish's soul. After question 2's finished, the music changes. Because now, like, we've got up to $32,000 or whatever, and the music changes. Because it's...
dramatic.
Exactly. But these questions are all the same, they're just randomized. But they're like 5 questions. So they're always the same questions. She likes donuts.
I do too.
Yeah, donuts are great. Shout outs to donuts.
Shout out to donuts. Love them.
Oh, Pumpkin Blades, yeah, all you wanted was a quiet night's sleep. And instead we're in the Mayhem Motel. Right, she's arguing with Gregory. I missed the start of that question, but Angel Dog always argues with Gregory, so that's got to be the answer. Right, last question. I bet it's probably about Cactus Gunman. Because I haven't had that question yet. Oh, Mummy Papa, okay. Yeah, he goes to the nurse's office because, like I said before, he's a hypochondriac. So he always thinks there's something wrong with him. And he's ill, except he does have a giant meat cleaver inside his brain. So that would make you feel a bit unwell, I would imagine.
About that, that's a surprise.
Exactly. This game is full of like just weird, sharp humor and funny, weird.
Sharp.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Thank you for picking up on that. Right, so I don't want to talk to him, and sometimes when you're grabbing the soul, you can accidentally talk to him, so that went well. I think we're going to have a tidy time. It's going to be, I predict somewhere in the region to 104 to 105 maybe, in terms of time, which is good, because that means we'll have a couple minutes to watch maybe 1 or 2 horror shows and then finish. Still underestimate. So
I'll give you one show, just so we can catch
just
up.
one show, okay.
One show, I want one show. I want
okay, cool.
As a treat for myself and for yourself and for the audience.
Well, hopefully RNG will make it a good one. We're kind of at the whim of whoever shows up in the hotel, basically, on that save file. So I'll load the save file and we'll just run into the first person we see.
Okay, we'll hope.
Yeah, it'll probably be Catherine, to be honest, because I think on that save file, I'm in my bedroom. Well, no, I'm in this save door here, and her room is right here. So we'll probably just knock on her door and watch hers.
That would make sense. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So this is the last soul. We're going to hand this over to Death, and from this point on, it's kind of like the mechanic of going around the hotel and looking at people and spying and stuff kind of goes out the window. We're kind of like locked into the end game now. The story kind of like the story needs to play out. So we're going to hand Death the last soul, and then he's going to reveal to us that the way out of the hotel is through the front door. Thanks, Death. I could have worked that out myself.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's not even. He's like the way out is through the front door. dummy. It's like, thanks, guy. So, we're going to wake up here now, and we're going to go for the front door. Oh, we skipped the FMV. And here we go. Right, we can leave. No, don't sleep. Time is now. So, we're going to go for the front door, but shock horror, the front door is going to be locked. And we are not going to be able to escape. Yes. Here we go. And we're now going to meet someone who we haven't met through the whole game, but you would have if you'd been watching FMVs, and that is Gregory's mama. Now, can I just say, even though it's 2023, and we should be respectful of people, and we shouldn't be thirsty all the time, hubba hubba, that is a woman, okay? That's Gregory mama. And she looks very good for her age. And the reason why that is because her and Gregory have been huffing souls. In fact, this establishment is designed to bring in lost souls. And then they have been consuming those souls to stay, you know, alive and young. And she's going to bonk us on the head right now. Donk. And we're going to pass out. But just before we do, we notice that the front door has got a bit of a crack in it now. And that's a clue for in a few moments where we're going to have to fight her. I say fight. We won't be doing any fighting whatsoever. We will just be avoiding her attacks and making her attack the door to open the door. That's the clue.
What are you doing? Hurry and get
Here's Neko Zombie, our own personal kind of like coach, spiritual coach, advisor, telling us to carry on, keep going.
You want to get back to reality.
We're currently in a part of the basement that we've never seen before, even if you were exploring normally. But we have seen it in cutscenes because that's where Gregory was meeting with his mama. And the fun thing about Gregory Horror Show is, and I'm going to spoil the story for you a little bit here, but only a little bit. And I don't think it really matters because you could still very much enjoy the game and the mystery of it all. But Gregory Horror Show is kind of, Gregory Hotel rather, is kind of this nexus for souls, lost souls, that always kind of like rebuilds itself, always like presents itself to lost souls. So even though we're going to escape from the hotel and Neko Zombie is going to end up lighting the hotel on fire and burning it down, in the credits it's revealed that the whole thing is rebuilt and ready for if we ever want to return, because it's eternal. Gregory Hotel is eternal, and we can always find our way back to it if we need it. So this is Gregory Mama's room, but she's not here right now. We're going to grab some extra items. If I was on a world record pace, I probably wouldn't bother picking up all of these items, but because it's a marathon, I'm going to play it safe. We're going to get this key, and we're also going to get, I think this is an angel herb. Perfect. So the angel herb is like, it works like a fairy in Zelda, basically. If you get killed while you're holding one, you come back to life with all your health. So we've got an extra one we've got one in the final boss, just in case something bad happens in the final boss, but you don't technically need it. And like I said, if I was on PB pace, I would probably... Right, now that we're out of that room, we're going to pop the eye drops, we're going to pop the speed up, we're going to run down this corridor as quickly as we can. And at the end of this corridor, we go through a door, and that's where you meet up with the actual basement that you've been in before. So from there, it's a straight shot to the front door. All of the guests actually are gone right now, so you can't even bump into anybody anyway. Right, so just round this way, and there's a shortcut that I opened up earlier that will be open. This shortcut is very useful. I can't do words today. Very useful.
Very good.
Yeah, very good in casual play. You'll use it a lot. So here's Gregory Mama again.
Welcome.
As I said before, hubba hubba.
Must admit, you're a lot tougher than you look.
Yes, we are. And we're going to take you down.
I believed you could get the best of me. How amusing. Now to finish you off.
Right. So she's technically the final boss. Bait the bonk. Bait the bonk. Bait the bonk. She gets exhausted. She will throw a fireball. And we want it to go at the door. Then we bait the bonk. Bait the bonk. Bait the bonk. Back to the door. Fireball number 2. Now she starts doing these longer bonks and teleports as well. But we still just want to bait. Oh! Ow! Okay. Well, that was not good, but it's okay. There's the third fireball. Now, it should be the longer attacks. Yeah. And teleportation. We just want to bait her attack as soon as possible, because once she misses 3, that's when she'll fire her fireball. So, as soon as she does that, the better. One more. There it is. She'll fire one more fireball. And then now she will just do random attacks, and we want her to fire a fireball as soon as possible, basically. There it is. Perfect. Okay, so time is coming up in about a minute or so, maybe a minute and a half. I will count you down for time, so don't worry about that. But just be ready on that button. This is my other favorite line in the game. Here it comes. Hello? I love the way he says that. Hello? Are you leaving?
But where might you be going?
So this is where Gregory lays some straight facts out for us. He tells us that we came here on a dark, stormy night to escape reality. You know, the harsh reality of our life. And really, we always wanted to be here and we should stay here. But we've decided, no, we're going to go back to reality. We're going to face our problems head on. And he's like, whatever. So he becomes like a weird mouse ghost and he chases us down a corridor. This is kind of... It's not on rails in that you actually have to push forward and move around, but it's essentially, it's an on-rails section. You just have to move down this corridor until you go into the light. Time happens when I lose control going into the light, and I will be able to hopefully count you down on that. If time is a couple of seconds afterwards anyway, it really doesn't matter.
I'll do my best.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I know you will. So, because I can't remember exactly how many camera changes there are. Like, you'd think I would remember, but it's been a while since I played this game. I was derusting beforehand.
I can't blame you, it's weird.
It is weird, but yeah, it's actually based on an animation, and all of those episodes are on YouTube in 4K. I know someone. Oh, and that is 3, 2, 1, time.
Keep your room ready for your return.
Well done.
Cool. So yeah, I know someone who definitely isn't me, who uploaded all of the episodes to YouTube, 4K upscaled. So you can just find those with a YouTube search. What was my final time?
Looks like a 1:05:03.
That's good. I said about 1:04, 1:05, didn't I? That's good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's about 5 minutes off my personal best. It's about, I think, 10 minutes or so off of world record, which, you know, Hell's Roulette can have a lot to say about that. I'm just going to load my final save here, and we're gonna knock on Catherine's door, and then we'll be done, and I'll get out of your hair.
Yeah, let's see one of these things, because I'm genuinely curious.
Oh, they're so much fun. So this is the save point lady. Usually don't see her at all during a run. We're gonna knock on Catherine's door. There we go. And for added effect, I'm gonna use the first-person camera, so you can see her running towards me madly. Here she comes.
Oh, here she comes.
Uh-oh. No! Here we go. Oh, there's Angel Dog, by the way. It's time for a blood test.
Oh, hi.
For a blood test.
If you're squeamish, even at cartoon blood drawing, I would look away now.
Yeah. Good idea.
And like I said, she loves her work.
Oh, that feels so...
Yeah, she does.
And that's just one of the many horror shows. I won't show you any more because in the interest of time. But
That was weird.
it was weird, wasn't it? It is a weird game for sure. But thank you for letting me show it. I'll just do my shoutouts and then we can transition. So
Yeah, of course.
thank you for having me, Team Green Gaming at Green Gaming Fest Spring 23. If there's another event this year, I hope to be back again. But thank you for selecting me, and thank you for selecting Gregory Horror Show. It is weird. It is over an hour, so I do appreciate that you picked me. My name is Garlips. I'm a streamer. I'm a speedrunner, allegedly. I also do a lot of horror games, a lot of adventure games. I do hard modes and challenges as well, and also trophy hunting. I'm a member of a stream team called the Clock Tower. You should definitely check all of us out. We're a fun bunch, and we've got lots of speedrunners amongst us that you may have heard of, including Tainted Tali, who ran at this event earlier. And yeah, we're a fun bunch, so hunt us out. And you can find me everywhere on the internet. Just search for my name. It's a really stupid name that no one else uses, so you should be able to find me fairly easily. If this game interested you, if you want to watch the animation, if you want to get hold of this game, because this game is exceedingly rare and expensive for no good reason, just reach out to me, say hi. I'm a good guy. Don't worry, I won't hurt you. you can reach out to me. But that's it. So thank you for having me, and please do consider a donation if you can to a great cause.
Well, thank you for your run. That was amazing.
Thank you, Boo.
Very much appreciated it. And I had fun. So, I hope the audience also had fun. I think usually that's a good sign of things going well.
Sweet.
So, yeah. With that, we will transition to an intermission. Don't go anywhere. I can speak English, don't worry, I got this. We'll be right back with some more speedrunning, because apparently, allegedly, we're speedrunners here. I don't know, seems like it. So,
totally
we'll see you soon. Stay tuned.